get drunk, have fun. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh, it's so great to see a crowd that's so dolled up. We've got a great show for you here tonight. We have our very special guest, Mark Mothersbaugh, and musical guest is DEVO. And now, the one, the only puppet master in town, Mr. Ian!
Man, this is spectacular. Let me tell you, this is great. This is going to be a good show. But first, I want to rouse a round of applause for our friend Neil. And nothing would be anything in this big world without drinks. Put your hands together for the bartender of the stars, Mr. Ollie Stench.
Hey, how's everyone doing tonight? You ready for another shot? All right, well, a lot of you people think that you know me. Some of you really know me. And those of you that really know me know that I am the king of the 6th grade jokes. You know, deeper, that's one of them. All those kind of like stupid booby jokes and like that. But there's even one joke that's too stupid and too base for me to repeat. So you're gonna have to Google the setup. But it's about Pinocchio, and the punchline to that joke is the name of tonight's shot, and it's called Tell a Lie, Tell the Truth. And to make Tell a Lie, Tell the Truth, you take 3 fingers of Phillips vodka, you take 2 fingers of your favorite flavor of vermouth, and you take a shot of root beer schnapps, add a splash of cream, shake it all up, add in some ice, strain it out, and enjoy in moderation. Tell a lie, tell the truth. Shots on the house!
Who called that a saber?
You know, I think you need to make a saving throw versus suck.
Really? I hear your mother fucked Darth Vader.
Oh, yeah, you want a piece of me? You
Come
want a
at
piece
me.
of the Jedi?
Hey,
Come on.
calm down.
I will
All right.
run you through.
Dude, seriously, I'm going to call the MPs. All right, anyway, here's a short film that was sent to us by a team. Courtney Branch, Keith Allen, and Seth Gordon. Take a look.
Drip, drip, drip went the rain, rain, rain. And Billy and Sally thought they would go insane with nothing to do and nowhere to go. They had to think of some fun that didn't blow. So they went to the kitchen and looked under the sink. When Sally said, "Billy, I'd like to order a drink." With Billy as bartender and Sally as hooker, they mixed kooky cocktails and began to get snookered. With a shot of glass cleaner and drain unclogged chaser, they toasted their old friend, Freddie Crystal Freebaser. The fun was beginning. The room started to swirl, but it all had to end when Sally started to hurl. With the kitchen a mess, they had to move on and look for some more fun that was the bomb. They snuck into Dad's room just to explore. Sally checked closets while Billy checked drawers, and under a magazine of fat-titted whores, they found a revolver engraved with "Up Yours." They shot at the dog. They shot at the kitty. They shot holes in the magazine of whores with big titties. They took target practice on Fluff Fluff the bear. Sally started to fire like she hadn't a care. She shot at the window. She splintered a chair. But it paid off when Gerbil exploded mid-air. Sally turned kind of blue, and she started to pout when she aimed at Bill's head and no ammo came out. A gun with no bullets, well, that is no fun. What to do now? Look, here comes the sun. They scurried outside to greet the new day and see what fun games they could think of to play. They skipped down the alley on their sweet, merry way when Billy said, "Sally, hip, hip, hooray! We could play homeless for just pennies a day." They dove into dumpsters looking for treats. They found a dead baby and rotting lunch meats. Sally said, Billy, my new dolly's bitchin'. Billy said, Sally, this meat tastes like chicken. Then they begged for some change from some passerby folks and got just enough to buy themselves smokes. And in an old warehouse in the bad part of town, they lit up their cigs and their matches threw down. Billy said, Sally, let's see what can burn. And striking their fire, they each took a turn. Billy lit door frames and Sally torched rags. Oops, it's really a wino passed out with his bag. His liquor-soaked jacket, just look how it burns. Watch how he's spinning, the finesse of his turns. They clapped right along with his fiery jig, laughing and singing, the flames growing big. His skin turned extra crispy as the fire took toll. He should have remembered to stop, drop, and roll. They poked him with a stick to look for his soul, but the stick had found none and it made a big hole. As their dance partners smoldered, sirens started to wail. Chase it, the cops, and the tykes ran like hell. Their adrenaline pumping, they were catching a buzz and searched for a spot they could hide from the fuzz. They scaled a link fence with some barbed wire topping. Their feet hit the ground and they ran without stopping. And into the junkyard they searched high and low to find a swell spot where the pigs wouldn't go. We could hide in that barrel or that car over there, that rusted out Lincoln that smells like burnt hair. Then off in the distance it loomed from afar, a shiny frost frieze with its front door ajar. And Sally said, Billy, I think this is it. They had to scrunch close. It was a tight fit. Little arms were entangled, tiny feet were entwined, almost as twisted as his sweet little minds. And Billy said, Sally, it's the best place to hide. And they closed the door tight to see if the light went out inside.
Hey everybody, Billy and Sally's Big Refrigerator Adventure. Round of applause. All right everybody, to introduce our guest tonight, let me take you back to those thrilling days of the 1980s. New wave had been co-opted, cocaine was still cool, and Saddam Hussein was our ally. Yeah, okay. But DEVO was a standout though. They made stuff unlike anything we'd heard in the mainstream, and damn it, they did it better than anyone. But the frontman of this group didn't stop there, though. He kept making music as a solo career, and now he's touring all over, showing his visual art in galleries across the United States of America. Here he is, in living flesh, the one and only Mark Mothersbaugh. Here, hold on. Let me just get this. Excuse me for a second.
Hey, you smell that? It's something stinks. Oh wait, it's the episode.
Hello? Oh, hey Mark, how you doing? Well, I know we were hoping to have you on live and stuff, but I know you're busy scoring Wes Anderson's latest film.
I just had this weird thing. I was writing something, and I was right in the middle of it.
You never know when inspiration's gonna strike. And yeah, speaking of scoring, I mean, do directors just kind of set you loose now? I mean, or do you actually, they give you ideas, or are they giving you moods?
Oh, of course, because those guys, you know, you figure a director might have been on the film, God, maybe 5 years. By the time I get a copy of it, they've already pretty much, they're pretty far into the editing, so it's like all the really painful stuff is over.
And how has scoring changed your outlook on instrumentation? I mean,
it's changed a lot in the last 10 or 15. I think it's more interesting. That said, my favorite movies are black and white, so I tend to watch a lot of AMC and Turner Classic movies.
Oh yeah. Well, one of the directors you worked with is a big deal around here. Chuck Stadler. How'd you meet him? How'd that come to be?
We were just starting. You know, we were in this amoebic, protozoic stage of DEVO where we were, I think we were even called the De-Evolution Band. We just decided we weren't the De-Evolutionary Army anymore. We were DEVO. We cut all the letters off at the end and contracted it down to DEVO. And when Chuck came and said he wanted to make a film, it really just clicked.
So he was.
We knew that's what we wanted to do.
So
These films, and there was no such thing as MTV. It wasn't even talked about.
since you kind of predicted the birth of MTV, did you have any idea of how horrible it was going to become?
No, and it was shocking how fast it became bad.
But you guys did provide basically a blueprint for MTV back in those early days. Did you guys shoot anything that you never used? Are there any videos in the vaults?
One of the guys that worked with us in the early days, these two guys, Marty Raymond and Ed Barger, and he shot maybe 30 hours, maybe 30 different shows.
Oh, wow, okay.
Maybe more. He has odd things on film, like dead boys jumping on stage while we're playing and getting in a fist fight with us. I think he has David Bowie coming on stage in Max's Kansas City and introducing the band and going, "This is the band of the future. I'm going to produce DEVO in Japan in this winter." And we're like looking at each other like, well, we're sleeping in a van tonight, so that sounds great to us. We'd make like $75 that would just pay for one room at the Chelsea and gas money there and back.
Yeah.
And we'd all just crash on the floor in this one hideous, crack hotel room. But at the same time, our guest list would have like all of the Rolling Stones,
Brian Jones.
The Beatles. I remember one night early in when we played John Lennon, I had lifted a piece of I Want to Hold Your Hand for the beginning of Uncontrollable Urge. The opening chords on Uncontrollable Urge are the same as on.
Oh, wow, I never... Yeah, I never picked that up.
And he was at least one person in the audience that noticed that, because he probably wrote that. But I was sitting in the van we were going to be sleeping in that night, and he stuck his head in the window and in a drunken, kind of sloppy voice sang half of Uncontrollable Urge to me from about 4 inches away from my face. And it was a totally different thing.
Well, yeah, when you have a drunken John Lennon, yelling your song back at you, yeah, that doesn't happen in Akron, yeah.
And then Brian, and Brian Eno came with Robert Fripp to the show, and we went to Robert Fripp's house, and they were both fighting over who would produce DEVO. It was a different. And we were like, wait a minute, you guys should have been there last week when we got our asses kicked at the Eagle Street Saloon in Cleveland.
But pretty soon, you could tell those people at the Eagle Street Saloon to go themselves, because DEVO just got really, really damn big. They're selling a lot of albums, and that breeds a lot of copycats. What do you think about all those DEVO clones that came out?
I like the good ones, and I don't like the bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, we didn't really own what we did. We were just, come on, bands, music bands, even DEVO, are incredibly eclectic. I mean, it's at its most boring when somebody creates some new genre like heavy metal or rap, and like 5 years later, the increments of innovation are become smaller and smaller. I remember, like at one point, the things that differentiated the bands were so minimal that it was unimportant.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's a whole different. You have to think about the world of music and art and public art all differently now because of the internet.
Yeah.
Because I think nowadays it's just harder work to find good stuff. That's the thing. There's probably more good stuff than there ever was.
But
there's probably more great music. It's just really hard to find because
there's more crap.
You're in this big cesspool called the internet looking for it. And it's like you can have nostalgia for the old days, but they're gone.
Yeah.
Well, let's end that up note. That's kind of... Huh. Well, there you go. Let's see if there's anybody left at First Avenue.
Hey everybody, Mark Mothersbaugh! Isn't that pretty damn cool? I think so too. Well, as you know, every episode of Drinking with Ian comes equipped with its own haiku. Everybody, a round of applause for Haiku Jim!
Hey, thanks everybody. Haiku Jim here. I do have some syllables for you tonight. Why don't we just get started? I met a hot chick. She's French, quiet, alluring, sweet marionette. Here's another one for you. He's a war hero. But G.I. Joe's got secrets. Don't ask and don't tell.
Very nice. Everybody, Haiku Jim. Now, see, this is weird how well the show's going. I've read in the papers, I've read in the dailies that you have beef with a royal family. Is that true?
Yeah, it's a fact. You know, I pretty much feel he's not even worth the syllables that I utter, to be honest.
Okay, Jim, come on. I mean, I know you. You had to write something about him. Let's hear it.
All right, okay. Here, I got one for you. He's the Emperor. Palpatine lacks star power. Check under the hood.
Well, that kind of shows you what happens when, the power of haiku is a dangerous thing. It makes some dangerous enemies. Round of applause for Haiku Jim, everybody. Screw it, let's look at this short film.
Peanut butter and jelly can't be friends, because no peanut butter can be friends with the jelly he finds delicious. He always wants to make a sandwich.
So you're saying that a peanut butter can be friends with a jelly that he doesn't find delicious?
No, you pretty much want to spread them too. A mason jar rips off your lid, and that's the sex fantasy you've been having since you were on the vine. Exactly the same.
Well, sometimes I vary it a little.
Which part?
What's on my label?
So you tell her about other jellies? Yeah, like a couple of lunches ago, I tapped this boysenberry spread, and it was so incredible I took her to a place that wasn't even human. She actually meowed. What? Meowed. No, the human thing. You said you took her to a place that wasn't human. Right. She totally your peanut butter. Right.
I'm difficult. I'm too structured. I'm completely closed off.
But in a good way.
I'm going to expire.
When?
Someday.
In 14 months.
Take your light off, man. Fighting never solved anything.
All right, everybody. A show like this can't happen without some friends. We'll be back in a couple seconds.
Come on, let's get in character. Why are you so interested in Big Man's wife? Well, he's going out of town, Florida, and he asked me if I'd take care of her while he's gone. Take care? No, man. Just show her a good time, make sure she don't get lonely.
Girl, you see,
This is a moral test of oneself.
I do believe Marcellus, my husband, your boss, told you to take me out and do whatever I wanted.
Whether or not you can maintain loyalty.
The night of the fight, you may feel a slight sting. Pride only hurts. It never helps. In the fifth, your ass goes down.
I have to say, you play with matches, you get burned.
We should have shotguns for this kind of deal.
We're in a lot of danger, aren't we?
I'm prepared to scour the earth for that moment.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Get down, get down. You got a corpse in a car, minus a head in the garage. Take me to it.
Don't you hate that?
Hey, what?
Uncomfortable silences.
Kermit the Frog, Fozzie Bear, Miss Piggy, Bunsen Honeydew, Gonzo, Camilla, Janice, Dr. T, Eric Stoltz, Animal, Sam the Eagle, and Beagles.
Looking at something, friend? Yeah, my friend, look up.
Die, you mother!
A new film directed posthumously by Jim Henson. Called Mothers.
You really thinking about quitting?
Most definitely.
What you gonna do then?
Basically, I'm just gonna walk the earth.
What you mean walk the earth?
You know, like Kane in Kung Fu.
You'll save money and time. You'll get the best of merchandise and service when you patronize these good neighbors.
No beer in the Midwest has a grander brewing tradition than Grain Belt. For over 100 years, Grain Belt has been the beer that fathers have passed on to sons and friends have passed amongst each other, at local bars and watering holes. It is a beer with tradition that spans generations, which is why it has become legendary, both here and across the country. Next time you go out, ask for a premium. Chamaret is France's most exciting new brand of wine, uniting the colors, flavors, and aromas of France's most celebrated winemaking regions. Chamaret is delightfully and deliciously original. Our wide palette of wines contains a treat for every taste bud. Offer yourself a glass of Chamaret and see what the flutter is all about. To find out more, say bonjour to chamaret.com. If there's one thing we like better than booze, it's cheap booze. And that's why we chose Merwin Liquors as the official Drinking with Ian liquor store. Great deals, a huge selection. They even have a contest where customers can win free drinks for a year. Merwin Liquors is hard to beat. Yeah, it's a bit ghetto, but up your street cred and save a buck or two. Stop in at Merwin Liquors at Lyndale and West Broadway in North Minneapolis, just 2 blocks west of 94, or visit merwinliquors.com. Drinking with Ian is proud to be sponsored by gold medal winner UV Vodka. No matter if it's UV Blue Raspberry, UV Red Cherry, UV Green Apple, UV Ivory Vanilla, or UV Orange Vodka, UV flavored vodkas offer a premium product without the high price tag. Please visit uvvodka.com for additional information and recipes. A portion of Drinking with Ian is sponsored by The Onion, America's finest news source, and the AV Club, bringing you reviews and commentary on the arts and entertainment scene. Available at newsstands throughout the Twin Cities and online at theonion.com and avclub.com. Pizza Luce proudly supports Drinking with Ian. Free delivery until 2:30 a.m. weekdays and 3:30 a.m. weekends. Download our menu at www.pizzaluce.com. Drinking with Ian is nothing without our sponsors. Please support them.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Hey, remember us? We're Crystal Warriors. Yeah, Crystar. You don't remember us? Totally cool. Crystal Warriors. You guys don't remember us? Yeah, you want to buy us some drinks? Yeah, we could use a few drinks. Yeah. We're Crystal Warriors. Come on, man, we were huge. We protect the crystals. 80s. Oh, man, screw it. You want to make out? Yeah, all right. Let's go.
All right, I've been asking this band to play on our show since day one. Tonight, we finally had an open slot, and, you know, DEVO! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, DEVO. I know, that's pretty amazing, isn't it? Well, that's Touring with Ian this week. We'll see you next time.